So if you're trying to lose weight, you've probably heard this bit of advice, which is just move more and eat a little bit less. Now that is true, but what we're not considering, how do we do this for a long period of time, let's say 3 to 4 months, while staying motivated through that whole period of trying to lose weight? So how do we stay motivated whilst on that weight loss path? And realistically, if we are trying to lose weight, let's say you want to lose a stone to 2 stone, or about, let's say, 10 kilos of body weight, realistically, we need to be doing this for about 3 to 4 months. The 4-week, 6-week diet plans just get a little bit too aggressive. I even actually think 12 weeks isn't potentially long enough. I actually do think you need to be doing more 4 months, that's 16 weeks, to really see a good benefit of weight loss. It's a slower transition, it's less aggressive, and we can almost turn this into a little bit more of a lifestyle change rather than just a quick bang for your buck weight loss plan. And some people like that. Some people just want to do 4 weeks, lose a couple of pounds before a holiday. Great. But we're not quite talking about this in this video. We want to talk about how do we stay motivated whilst on our weight loss plan. So let's look at what we need to do. So first, let's look at areas that are going to be damaging our motivation. What gets in the way of us staying motivated, and what do we do about it? These are the big areas. So let's look at what gets in the way. So a big one is unrealistic expectations. Number one. So you can see I've already written a few things down. Unrealistic expectations. If you're 5'2", weighing, let's say 60 kilos, wanting to lose 3 or 4 kilos, trying to put on a bit of muscle, you're not going to look like Dwayne Johnson. Sadly, that's not going to happen. And this leads into something which I know you're not going to want to hear. You're going to want to hear me tell you, we want very, very fast results, get them quickly, and maintain that journey. Realistically, this is what happens. We get some quick results, then we plateau a little bit. What can then happen is we drop a little bit, and then we come back up. We get a little bit of a plateau again, and then maybe go up. And that type of shape is what happens when we lose weight. The hard bit is we want to go from here to here, probably within, let's say, a week or 2, and that's our end result. The hard bit is when we get this maintaining into a dip, which is where the motivation can really dramatically drop. So we need to get really happy with the tiny micro improvements throughout the journey. So it's the celebrating the 1 pound weight loss, celebrating the you went for a slightly longer run today, celebrating I dropped 1 belt buckle or dropped a dress size, really celebrating his tiny wins along the way. And going back to that unrealistic expectations is make your goal a little bit smaller, but you need to create a little bit of a snowball effect. Majority of us want to lose 1 to 2 stone, but we want to keep that off all the time. We don't want to be putting that back on. So we want to do this over a longer period of time, which is why I said around the 16-week mark. Don't worry too much on trying to do it in 1 to 2 weeks, because that 16 weeks is going to pass. It will. We're going to get to summer, and you could either be complaining and moaning the fact if you haven't done it in 1 to 2 weeks, or you could be doing that 1 to 2 stone over 4 months, feeling really, really good. So we've also got, what other things that come up is we've got injuries. We've got life events like weddings, moving house. We've got bad weather when it's freezing cold, it's dark, it's 5:30 in the morning. You haven't been eating enough, and that's probably very crazy in your brain, the fact you haven't been eating enough, but you've been eating the wrong carbohydrates, for example. You've been eating lots of sugar, or you haven't just generally been eating enough because you're trying to restrict your diet, so therefore you're trying to lose ridiculous amounts of calories, so you're reducing your calories, and therefore you have no energy. That's a big one as well. And boredom. Oh my God, you're just bored of lifting a weight and you can't be bothered. So these are all crazy big restrictions that can massively affect not being motivated. But what do we do when you are injured? What do you do when a wedding happens this weekend and you're going to have a few drinks, you're going to eat some bad food? Do you stop going to the gym and go, no, I will do that next time. I will wait till next week. No, what do? We just show up. Keep showing up. Keep going to the gym. Keep going for a run. Don't necessarily worry too much if you didn't improve, because the improvement, when all this happens, the win is the fact of you went to the gym. The win is the fact of you went for a long walk, for a run, for a swim, for a cycle. That is the win in these cases. So when you get there and you go to the gym and everything's really hard because you haven't been as good as your food this week, because the weather's bad, that the wedding was really big, you drank a bit too much, you ate too much food, the weather's really cold, it's shit, you don't want to get out of bed, but you turned up anyway, you moved your body, you got a little sweat on, and you go, wow, actually, that was 10 times better than sitting in your house, groaning all about, I feel shit, I'm not going to do anything, I'll wait till next week. So just show up. So what are some of the things we can do to really combat some of those boredom areas? What can we do to get a little bit more drive, a little bit more excitement? A couple of things here which I think are massively underrated. And number one is your environment, the gym environment, for example. Now, are you just going to a basic gym? What is the result? Is there people in there that you go, wow, I want to look like that? Or is it Deirdre on a cross trainer just plodding along and you go, well, that's not very motivating, is it? Yeah, high five to her that she's doing something, but screw that. I want to be shredded. I want to look fantastic. I want to have abs on the beach. Yes, high five, lie to you, Deirdre, but realistically, you're not going to inspire me. So you need to find, where are those people? You're going to go to this slightly scarier gym. You've got to go where you've got tires which you can hit. You've got big scary chains and weights. You've got chalk everywhere. Because realistically, these are the people that are training mad, looking how you want to look. So that's the place which I highly recommend you go. The music is going to be different. The vibe is going to be different. You're going to walk in there, it might be a little bit scary. I'm not going to lie, it might be a little bit daunting, but there's a different energy to those environments. I highly recommend find somewhere that's going to motivate you. That is a big one. I'd actually say that's number one. Number two can be setting the mood right. So when you wake up in the morning, don't just get out of bed 5 minutes to trying to go to the gym or trying to go for a run. Why don't you, have yourself a little bit of healthy breakfast. Put a little bit of music on in the kitchen while you're making it to get yourself in the zone. Definitely maybe have a shower just to wake yourself up a little bit. Have your favorite coffee, or even grab something like a pre-workout, something like this. Get a big scoop in there. Drink that on your way to the gym. Then really, when you're in the car, put the right tunes on. Make sure that you've got your playlist. Make sure you've got your right trainers. Get your favorite gym kit. Put your favorite gym training gloves in, for example. Anything that's going to help you just get a little bit more motivated to really feel good about yourself and want to get yourself into that place. And again, you're driving to the gym you're a little bit scared of. And another good one is you don't have to do this alone. You don't have to do this by yourself, by the way. There are a lot of people who will support you in every step of your journey. There's so many people that want to lose 1 to 2 stone, for example. So what do we need? We want a gym partner, all right? Grab one. Hey mate, do you want to go to the gym? Yeah, or next time you're in the gym, if you go there by yourself, find someone and go, you look like, you inspire me. Is it all right if I jump in a few sets? Is it all right, make some friends? Is it all right next time, what time do you get here? Oh, you get here at 6 a.m. Great. Is it all right if we do a workout together? Grab your neighbor, grab your best friend, grab a family member. Find someone that's going to keep you accountable to you trying to get the job done. And then also, let's put you there. What do you enjoy doing? This is huge. This is, again, an extremely underrated area, and actually I could probably make an entire video on this, is what exercise should you do? There isn't one. It's the one you want to do, not what you should do. Doesn't matter if you do bodybuilding, right, or CrossFit, or running, cycling, rock climbing, tiddlywinks, right? It doesn't matter. Find what you enjoy. It could be a crazy hybrid of all of it. It could be you're going to do some crazy chest press whilst throwing a ball around, whilst running up and down, jumping on a bike, suddenly going to go climb a wall and throw some tiddlywinks across the floor. I don't know. Find what you want to do. And this may take a little bit of time. It might take a little bit of try and error of all those things. You might have to go to a CrossFit class. Did you like it? No, it was way too much. Was cycling and running a little bit too boring? But rock climbing you found really cool because you love the people around you. It's about finding what you want to do. What areas do you enjoy? And then you can put more energy into it. Focus on that. And guess what? Everything I said before about that changing your environment, finding someone you like, getting the kit, the drink, the clothing, all of that then comes together. And because you've then packaged that journey towards your weight loss goal, goes, oh, I need to get a little bit lighter to climb these rocks a little bit easier. I need to get a little bit stronger. So let's just do a little bit of weight training to climb these rocks a little bit easier, or the climbing wall. It just packages up really nicely. And each step you want to learn a little bit more. Same with bodybuilding. You might go, oh, that was a really good set. Actually, how do I improve? My elbows need to be in. My knees need to be out. And how we learn all this, how we stay motivated, we do what I said earlier, and that is we just keep showing up. Because each time you might change something, you might get a different tune, you might have a different conversation with your training buddy that helps you become inspired to keep going. You can't do that unless you keep going. You can't learn something new unless you keep going. So we put all this into place over this long period of 12, or of let's say 16 weeks, to help us get to the end result. And hey, if this has helped you, check out this video here, because this might have a couple of answers which you might need as well, similar to this video. You can do it, just keep showing up.